Hi, Phoenix here. We're going to run another starting pitcher in Forest Elves using a BGM and perfume. Going to also use the item to extend week 7 to four turns. So the first video in the series focused on a strategy where we tried to go for Rowena's rapport and nothing else, and we skated a very thin line, which risked not getting all 30 tiles, which is risky, but we're chasing stats, chasing rapport, not paying attention as much to personal training. The second video in the series, I accepted rapport from any starting pitcher trainer, which still took us into week 6. But it also prioritized getting more personal training and clearing as many Forest Elves tiles as possible, especially the special tiles, and we cleared well over 30 and got all the special tiles. Well, in this case, we are going to do a third, slightly different strategy. I'm going to accept rapport, the first rapport I get, week 5. Try to maximize stats as best I can. And I'm just going to, well, I will, the goal is still to level the int facility up to level 3, but I'm going to be a little more lackadaisical in my training week 1, as you will see. And I'm going to try, here instead of hammering int, I'm going to pick dex because there's trainers on dex. Ordinarily, I'd still hammer int. But there are different play styles, and we are going to get hopefully higher stats in this run than the previous 2 runs. The second run was not nearly as good as the first run, even though it had better stats, likely because of the rapport uh, with Isis instead of Rowena, and so the stats need to be higher to compensate for not getting Rowena's super skill. But here we got three hard missions. Barely got a superb, but sure, I'll take it. And we're skipping games because we're relying on our super boosted cores, or maxed out cores, or near max, at least decent cores, UR cores to carry us through. And you can see there that the int facility was still upgraded to level 2, which is fantastic. And, shout out to Zays, who basically told me that chances are I wasn't going to get black hole on a starting pitcher run, and it has happened. And my best pitcher does have black hole on it, but it is very long and tedious. And if we just need to grind out some pitchers, we can go ahead and skip the games and concede that we're probably going to get all rounder. And for the purposes of this exercise, it's showing 3 different strategies, 3 different pitchers, 3 different super skill rapports. I'm sure you don't want to see me go manually pitch anymore, or try to and it's easier for me not to try to fast forward those sections when I'm editing these videos. So let's skip away. So at any rate, here we are, just going forward and powering through and getting to listen to the nature, which is a fantastic event again. Um, the first option will give us a boost in mental, second will be strength, which I never pick, and third will be dex. And we are gladly boosting dex when possible. And thanks to the perfume, wow, double hit for the support skills. Thanks to the perfume, we never really have to worry about not getting our super skills. It is useful to still keep an eye on it. I mean, sometimes some runs, Belita is a little low for me, and I have to chase her a little bit into week 6, but usually I get everything done fairly early. So here in week 2, we already have 2 support skills, and we're well on our way to getting Belitas later on too. So I stated before, my goal in week 2 is to get at least 400, 450 nature power. We're already over 500. We have 600 actually. Wow. Well on our way, and you can see that our stats are okay. I mean, almost 2600 int. We want to be getting about 1,000 int per week or more. By the end of week 5, we want to have a little over 6,000 int. The eventual goal is to have a pitcher with at least 8,500 int at the end of week 7 before getting the all-rounder title and the helmet, which will hopefully boost us in the high 8,000s, or if not, or if better, or the low 9,000s. or higher. We're not going to ever buy Series' headgear. We want the 3-yard gear we want are our Isis's baseball, the Hathor's glove, and Rowena's shoes for balancing the player out because this is an incredibly int heavy deck, as you will see. So even with 3 trainers, but I mean Rowena doesn't really count because she's not int, so she gives a slight boost, but not a great one. It's only 257 ints for that training. Then we're going to go ahead and get some stamina back. And not bad, but it would be better if Hathor was on that training as well. But we're boosting dexterity a little bit. Got well over 1100, probably close to 1200 nature power at this point. Nope, close to 1200. But we will have 1200 at the end of this. So I'm just boosting dexterity again. 100 dex of time. And wow, we're going to have 1350, well over 1350 nature power now at the end of week 3, which is fantastic. And that gives us the flexibility of navigating hopefully to any relic that we need to get, whether it's the Blessing of the World Tree or the Dark Moon, if it's available. So another superb. Let's go ahead and get into week 4. And I mean, we only got 500 and some int, but our int facility is now at level 3. Let's hope we get close to 1,000, if not more, this week. I mean, and even if you don't get 1,000 int per week, it is possible in week 6 or 7 to get that meme training of 3 or 4 plus trainers on int, and it's fantastic when it happens. I know it doesn't always; it's a low percentage chance, but if worse comes to worse, you can always end up trading the pitcher. I don't really like canceling runs for the most part because I already invested some items in the run, so I'll just see it through. But anyway, we are going to. Oh, that's disappointing. Only 126. I thought it's because Rowena's on there, not another int trainer. But still going to gradually build up our nature power. Future investing is a great event. We're going to get 2 discounts at 40. Oh, 1 discount at wow, 75, almost completely 95% now with that. All right, great. We got a 4 stack. Well, it's more of a 3 stack with Rowena as the 4th trainer, but we're going to go for it. We're going to boost this as much as possible. And we have the ability to navigate to any relic we want. So let's go ahead. And I tend to navigate around the edges, and as you see, and then if I may work towards the middle relic sometimes, and in this case, I'm just going to get the dex instead, because again we have 4 FE trainers, so we don't need the extra 200 nature power. The 150 dex will help balance. So I'm going to get the Dark Moon for sure. I'm going to use it right away. And then I'm going to see if I can restore my mood. So I'm going to go to one of the little arrow tiles. Oh, fantastic. The Ancient Relic. We're going to try to restore our mood. Going to take the hit to stamina. Get another Dark Moon. Oh my goodness. This might be a really good run. All right, another arrow. Let's see. And see if this will restore our mood. It will not, but I'm going to pick the 150 mental to try to balance this build. Keep on moving over to the next arrow. I'm going to find it. I have enough, well, yes! Enough for this one at least. Didn't have enough to navigate to the other one. All right. Let's do this. 1317. So it's really only 3 stack plus Rowena. So it gives a slight bump, but not as much if it were another int trainer. But we're going to go for it. And of course, we're going to pick the FE trainer event, which is Dittos. I like investing because the possible payoff of getting 1200 at the end of the last event, but not that it ever, not that it always happens. But I gamble. I go for that risk. go for the plus event because neither one has an FE trainer. And a great discount on super right arm. All right. So we can go ahead. Submarine is max discounted, so we can go ahead and max that out. Gotta take a look at some of the other skills. And that's it, really. So submarine, you're it. All right. All right, so now we're just going to see the lay of the land. We could try to restore some stamina here by getting a relic, but there could be a combo event at the start of week 5. So we're just going to take a look at the lay of the land. We do have a blessing of the roll tree there, but let's just go ahead and let's take a look at our stats. So we have, 5,300. Int is excellent for week 4. We're definitely, barring any terrible trainings, should break 6k int week 5, which is our goal. And we'll be on track for 8 plus K. Wow, that was a tight score, but thank goodness that's still a superb. And we are moving on to week 5 and accepting the first rapport that we get. It will be really difficult if it's Hathor, but I will accept it if necessary. So we got over 2k int in week 4, which is fantastic. So let's go ahead. Week 5. Let's see what we can see. And with the rapport bonus, we should get some great stats if there are special trainings after the rapport. I'm going to be really disappointed if we don't get at least a 2 stack or hopefully a 3 stack after rapport. All right, so who do we get? It'd be awesome to get Rowena, but that wouldn't prove the point. So let's go ahead and see Belita. All right, a starting pitcher. Yeah, probably the trainer that I would have picked last, actually, out of those 3, out of Rowena, Isis, and her. But we're going to accept Belita. We're going to roll with it. And of course, there's no special training. So I could have actually turned her down and still would have been fine. But all right, we're not going to get the helmet. We're going to keep moving. Since this deck is G-point constrained, I'm going to go for the G-point training, and because personal training is available there. And we also get some stamina restoration, which is a bonus. And eventual virtue, I always pick the second option, which gives us stamina and G-points and a discount. All right. Now, there we get a little bit of a rapport bonus on that. So let's go for it and see if we can break 6k int this week. I mean, the bonus of Belita and Isis, and actually the other 2 FE trainers on here, Ditto and Ceres, is that they do give you nature points for the rapport event, so that's great. But at any rate, let's see. All right, great discount. I don't know if we broke 6k int. It wasn't that. Trainings are kind of lackluster that week, but all right, let's go ahead, finish game 5, enter week 6, see where we stand. It should be another superb, perfect. All right, let's see what we can see. Yeah, barely broke 6k int. Wow. After an epic week 4, week 5 was kind of a fizzle, even with the immediate rapport. Wow. Regretting it now. I would have been better off holding out for Rowena, but all right. Oh, nice training. 315. Perfect. Let's go for it. And the ball is in the store, so let's go ahead and get Isis's baseball. We just need Rowena's shoes, and then we're good to go. Hopefully we get that week 7, or get enough G points we can use the special stand and get it in the postseason if it's not available. All right. So we get Billy's super. I didn't know she gave G points. Perfect. All right. So I'm going to prioritize int for now, because this week has been kind of lackluster. Both of them are FE trainers. I'm going to go for the plus event with Isis. All right. Still no special training, and wow, my stamina is low. So let's go ahead and start getting some relics. That should be enough, but I'm going to keep looking around. Any special squares? Might as well start building our way down the right side here. Get some of those special tiles with the plus 50 int and mental, perfect, and the plus 30 skill points. And let's see, definitely go for the G points because this deck is G point constrained. Blessing of the World Tree is always good to have. Good rare at roughly the 50% for stamina. We're working our way down. We're going to have, yeah, enough to have roughly 25 tiles done if we weren't going for a relic. Perfect. All right. Let's get that and continue on. So 25 tiles, week 6 on target. Some good relics. Get some G points. Support us in week 7 because week 6 was kind of a fizzle too. So if week 7 can be epic, then we will be able to break 9k int. That's not bad. Okay. Let's go ahead and get a relic to boost your stamina and make that 100%. Ooh, another dark moon. Wow. Okay. Well, I'm not going to waste a dark moon on this training, but hopefully we'll get some great training in week 7 because we have enough dark moons to support it. All right. So we're going to go ahead. Oh, nice. Series event. So we're building up our nature points. We are going to be able to easily clear 30 tiles. So let's go ahead and make our way into week 7. Well, 7,000 int. Not bad. We kind of recovered there. Would have been nice to see a little higher, but hopefully this week we will get at least 1 3 stack. And wow. Yeah, just a great course. But still have enough G points to buy Lecter. That's the important thing. We should have enough G points to buy our last piece of equipment. Rowena's shoes. Okay, wow, well, that's disappointing. Let's go ahead and do the. Yeah, wow, doesn't ever. Okay, let's do the int training and try to salvage this run. We got. All right, at least we got this event to give us some nature points, nature power. But come on, we're gonna. We have two boosts. We have 3. Well, I'm just gonna use a blessing of the world tree, but I'm not gonna use a trainer boost on this. And we are going to see what we can see. Hopefully, please, may we get an ancient relic, because I don't want to. I might have to use some relics to find the rest of these. Okay, trying to find the mental squares. Get the relic here, leave enlightenment. We might have to use those to track the last 2. So there's one there. Let's go ahead and track the other one. One there. All right, I'm saving the dark moon. Okay, so let's go ahead. We have 2. Wow, we have 2 dark moons. Well, I don't know if I'm going to use them, but we'll see. All right. Hopefully the next training. Oh, good, we got an FE event, but hopefully the next training is good. We'll use a dark moon on that. And we might use a dark moon on the last training. Oh my goodness. Okay, yes, we're boosting this. So this saved the run quite effectively. Use one of our dark moons on this. We're going to go ahead and grab the last two ancient relics. Perfect. So 32 out of 30 minimum squares that we needed. 1764 is excellent. A true 4-stack of int trainers. So let's go ahead. And what beauties, we also finally got Belita's support skill. And just like that, this run has been saved and the mood gets restored, so we can actually do one more training. So we're gonna, it's too bad it's such a low training, but we're gonna go ahead, friend support this, and use the last dark moon, and bring our decks up to just over 3,000. And then when we get Rowena's shoes, it'll be much nicer. All right. Great. We can get some discounts. Go ahead and max some skills out. Go ahead and use our last 300, sorry. Just clear 3 more squares out. Try to use mental because we want to balance and avoid going over with the int. There we go. All right. Lecture time. Let's see what we can see. Max perfect, but wow, really? Wow, okay. And we have enough G points that in the postseason, even if her shoes don't show up, we can use the special stand for it. So we have 93, almost 9,400 int at the end of week 7, and that's before the 450 int with the all-rounder title. So let's go for it. And I can only think what could have been if I had rapport with Rowena, but that's like a 1 in 6 chance, really. And all right, so hopefully we have enough stats to compensate for the fact that Belita's super skill and passives aren't as good as Rowena's. So that was over 2,100 int week 7, and then we get our discounts. All right, let's go ahead and take a look. No, we do not want to be imbalanced with a cap, so we are going to go ahead, use a special stand, and get the shoes. Now we have 3,500 decks, which is perfect. All right, let's get the cap, the cheapest cap that we can get, and let's see, max out our skills and see what we can get. Hopefully this is a high triple R1. So we're getting there. I don't typically pick maximum effort. I usually pick super fastball for above, but let's see what we can get. Almost 10k, almost 10k int. We are probably imbalanced, but hopefully we brought it close enough. Triple R1, almost a triple R2. So even with these crazy stats, we still couldn't come. The first run with Rowena with lower stats still has a higher rated pitcher, which goes to show what rapport means and how it can impact the rating. But at any rate, thanks for joining me. Take care.